this is Bob Mason from FX Empire and welcome to the daily crypto tech review of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin and Ripple's XRP. We're looking at the MACDs, the moving averages, the day's support, resistance and pivot levels and the Fibonacci's. It is Saturday the 20th of February. Jumping straight into Bitcoin against the US dollar, looking at the hourly candlesticks, it's a bearish start to the day here for Bitcoin. Going to need to see Bitcoin avoid a fall through the pivot at 54,321 to take a run at the first major resistance level, sitting at 57,887. Going to need to see support from the broader market for Bitcoin to break out from yesterday's new swing high, 56,342. Barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level and resistance at 58,000 to cap any upside. In the event of an extended rally, should see Bitcoin test resistance at 60,000 before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 59,908. Fall through the pivot would bring the first major support level at 52,300 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Bitcoin should continue to steer clear of sub 50,000 levels. Second major support level sits at 58,734. Looking at the MACDs, we've got a slight narrowing of the bullish histograms, but nothing suggestive of a bearish day ahead, so keep an eye on that. On the EMAs, 50 continues to move away from the 100 and the 200, which is a bullish signal. So keep through the early part of the day, avoid the pivot at 54,321, break out from yesterday's new swing high at 56,342 to bring resistance levels into play. Failures to do that and support levels will be in play. Moving across Ethereum against US dollars, also bearish start to the morning. Going to need to see Ethereum avoid a pullback through the pivot at 1941 to take a run at the first major resistance level sitting at 1992. Going to need to see support from the broader market for Ethereum to break out from yesterday's new swing high. It was at 1974.98. Barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level and resistance at 2000 to cap any upside. In the event of a rally, should see Ethereum test resistance at 2100 before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 2026. A fallback through the pivot would bring the first major support level at 1907 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Ethereum should avoid sub 1900 levels. Second major support level sits at 1856. Looking at the MACDs, we've got a bearish cross at the start of the morning, supporting this early morning pullback. On the EMA, the 50 has flattened on the 100 and the 200, also slightly bearish. So key through the early part of the day would be for Ethereum to now have to move back through the pivot at 1941 and break out from yesterday's new swing high, 1974.98, to bring resistance levels into play. Failures to do that and support levels will be in play. Moving across to Litecoin against the US dollar, also bearish this morning. Going to need to see Litecoin avoid the pivot at 232.93 to take a run at the first major resistance level, sitting at 245.75. Going to need to see support from the broader market for Litecoin to break out from yesterday's new swing high, those at 241.99. Barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level and resistance at 250 to cap any upside. In the event of an extended rally, should see Litecoin test resistance at 260 before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 254.82. A fallback through the pivot will bring the first major support level at 223.86 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Litecoin should stay clear of sub 220s. Second major support level sits at 211.04. Looking at the MACD, we've got a marked narrowing of the bullish histograms and we could see a possible bearish cross there, so keep an eye on that through the morning. On the EMA, the 50 holds its ground against the 100 and 200, so nothing conclusive there as yet. So key through the early part of the day, avoid a fallback through the pivot at 232.93 and break out from yesterday's new swing high 241.99 to bring resistance levels into play. Failures to do that and support levels will be in play. Finally, looking at Ripple's XRP against the US dollar, tracking the broader markets, bearish start. Going to need to see Ripple's XRP avoid the pivot at 0.5536 to take a run at the first major resistance level, saying at 0.5925. Going to need to see support from the broader market for Ripple's XRP to break out from yesterday's high at 58.151. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level and resistance at 0.6 to cap any upside. In the event of an extended rally, should see Ripple's XRP nudge towards 0.65 levels before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 0.6204. A fall through the pivot would bring the 23.6% fib at 0.5320 and the first major support level at 0.5256 into play. barring an extended sell-off on the day, Ripple's XRP should stay clear of sub 0.5. Second major support level sits at 0.4868. Looking at the MACD, got a slight narrowing of the bullish histograms, but no sign of a bearish cross as yet, so I need to keep an eye on that through the morning. On the EMAs, the 50 has pulled away from the 200, and there could be a possible bullish cross through the 100, which would be a bullish signal for the day. So keep through the early part of the day, avoid the pivot at 0.5536 and break out from yesterday's high 0.58151 to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that and support levels will be in play.